Hello again, people. Today we are gonna talk about the Xbox 360. It wasn't just another console, it was the machine that went head to head with the PlayStation 3 in one of the greatest console wars gaming has ever seen. It introduced unforgettable exclusives, defined online multiplayer for an entire generation, and delivered some of the highest rated games of all time. In this video, we're counting down the top 20 Xbox 360 games of all time using my Metascoring methodology. Instead of relying only on Metacritic, every game is ranked using a combination of critic scores, user ratings, and review volume, creating a ranking that reflects both critical acclaim and how players have felt about these games over the years. Whether you're here to relive the golden age of Xbox or see if your favorite made the list, expect legendary titles, a few surprises, and plenty to debate. The numbers are in. Now let's see which Xbox 360 game takes the crown. Starting with the first Gears of War, and if we're starting with such a masterpiece, you already know that this will be an amazing list. The first Gears of War helped define the Xbox 360 from day one, introducing a cover-based combat system that would influence countless shooters for years to come. Every firefight feels intense, with weighty weapons, satisfying gunplay, and relentless battles against the Locust Horde that keep the action moving at a fast pace. More than just a technical showcase, it delivered memorable co-op gameplay, impressive visuals for its time, and a gritty atmosphere that gave the series its own identity. Bold, influential, and packed with unforgettable moments, Gears of War remains one of the Xbox 360's most iconic exclusives. Mass Effect introduced players to one of gaming's richest sci-fi universes, blending deep RPG mechanics with meaningful choices that genuinely shape the story. As Commander Shepard, every decision, conversation, and mission influences the fate of the galaxy, making each playthrough feel uniquely personal. Beyond its engaging combat, what truly makes the game unforgettable is its incredible world building. Memorable companions, fascinating alien races, and a universe packed with lore create an adventure that's easy to get lost in. Ambitious, immersive, and far ahead of its time, Mass Effect laid the foundation for one of the greatest RPG trilogies ever made. Dead Space 2 takes everything that made the original a masterpiece and elevates it to an entirely new level. The balance between brutal action and relentless psychological horror is nearly perfect, creating constant tension without sacrificing the survival horror roots that made the series so special. Isaac Clarke returns as a stronger protagonist, but the terrifying necromorphs are just as unpredictable and deadly. Outstanding sound design, haunting environments, inventive enemy encounters, and unforgettable set pieces combine to deliver a thrilling experience from start to finish. It's a sequel that not only lives up to its predecessor. Gears of War 2 takes everything that made the original a groundbreaking shooter and expands it on a much larger scale. The campaign is more cinematic, the battles are bigger, and the story gives Marcus and Delta Squad far more emotional depth, making the fight against the Locust feel more personal than ever. The cover-based combat remains incredibly satisfying, enhanced by new weapons, larger enemy encounters, and spectacular set pieces that constantly raise the stakes. On top of that, the introduction of Horde mode added endless replayability and became one of the most influential multiplayer modes of its generation. With stunning visuals, outstanding co-op, and non-stop action, Gears of War 2 stands as one of the Xbox 360's defining exclusives. Batman Arkham Asylum redefined what a superhero game could be, delivering an experience that perfectly captures the feeling of becoming the Dark Knight. The free-flow combat is fast, satisfying, and incredibly rewarding, while stealth, detective work, and exploration are seamlessly woven into the gameplay to create constant variety. Set within the walls of the iconic Arkham Asylum, the game builds an unforgettable atmosphere filled with tension, memorable villains, and clever environmental storytelling. Combined with outstanding voice acting, exceptional level design, and a gripping story, Arkham Asylum didn't just set a new standard for Batman games, it raised the bar for licensed games as a whole. Assassin's Creed 2 took the foundations of the original and turned them into something far more ambitious. Stepping into the shoes of Ezio Auditore, players explore Renaissance Italy across stunning cities like Florence and Venice, each filled with secrets, missions, and opportunities for exploration. The parkour feels smoother, combat is more refined, and the huge improvement in mission variety keeps the adventure moving. But it's Ezio himself who gives the game its heart, growing from a reckless young man into one of the series' most memorable characters. With its incredible setting, emotional story, and addictive gameplay loop, Assassin's Creed 2 became a defining Xbox 360 classic. Portal, still alive, proves that great game design doesn't need complexity to be unforgettable. Armed with nothing but the portal gun, players solve brilliantly crafted puzzles that constantly introduce new ideas, making every chamber feel fresh and rewarding. The game's clever mechanics are matched by its sharp writing, dark humor, and the unforgettable performance of GLaDOS, creating an experience that's as entertaining as it is inventive. Despite its relatively short length, Portal leaves a lasting impression through its flawless pacing, creative level design, and unique concept, earning its place as one of the most influential puzzle games ever made. The Walking Dead proved that powerful storytelling could be just as impactful as gameplay, delivering one of the most emotional adventures of its generation. Through meaningful choices, difficult moral decisions, and unforgettable characters, every episode keeps players invested in the fate of Lee and Clementine, creating a journey that's impossible to forget. While the gameplay focuses on exploration, dialogue, and quick-time events, it's the outstanding writing and character development that truly steal the show. Heartbreaking, tense, and emotionally authentic, The Walking Dead redefined episodic storytelling and BioShock Infinite transports players to the breathtaking floating city of Colombia, delivering an adventure that blends fast-paced shooting, supernatural abilities, and one of the most memorable stories of its generation. Every battle encourages creative use of vigors, weapons, and the skyline system, making combat feel dynamic and constantly engaging. But it's the relationship between Booker and Elizabeth that truly drives the experience, adding emotional depth to a narrative filled with mystery, twists, and thought-provoking themes. With stunning art direction, exceptional world building, and an unforgettable ending, BioShock Infinite stands as one of the Xbox 360's greatest achievements. The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion revolutionized open-world RPGs, giving players an unprecedented level of freedom to shape their own adventure. From battling through the fiery Oblivion gates to joining iconic factions like the Dark Brotherhood and Thieves Guild, every path feels meaningful, with countless quests and hidden stories waiting to be discovered. Its flexible progression system encourages every playstyle, whether you prefer magic, stealth, or brute force, while the vast world of Cyrodiil constantly rewards exploration. Add memorable side quests, an unforgettable soundtrack, and hundreds of hours of content, and it's easy to see why Oblivion became one of the defining RPGs of the Xbox 360 generation, and one of Bethesda's greatest achievements. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare completely changed the first-person shooter landscape, bringing the series into a modern setting and setting a new standard for the genre. Its cinematic campaign delivers unforgettable missions, incredible pacing, and iconic moments that remain just as memorable today. But its biggest impact came through multiplayer, introducing a progression system, customizable loadouts, and addictive unlocks that would influence countless shooters for years to come. Combined with tight gunplay, outstanding level design, and exceptional presentation, Modern Warfare isn't just one of the Xbox 360's defining games, it's one of the most influential shooters ever made. Grand Theft Auto V pushed the Xbox 360 to its absolute limits, delivering an enormous open world packed with detail, freedom, and an incredible amount of content. The seamless switching between Michael, Franklin, and Trevor gave the story a fresh dynamic, while each protagonist brought a unique personality and perspective to the adventure. Beyond the unforgettable campaign, Los Santos is filled with side activities, random encounters, and countless secrets that make exploration endlessly rewarding. Despite the hardware limitations of the generation, Rockstar delivered a technical masterpiece that remains astonishing even today, cementing GTA 5 as one of the greatest open-world games ever created. Halo 3 delivered a spectacular conclusion to Master Chief's original trilogy, combining an epic campaign with some of the best multiplayer the series has ever offered. The gunplay is incredibly satisfying, the sandbox encourages endless creativity, and every encounter gives players multiple ways to approach the fight. Beyond the campaign, features like Forge, Theater Mode, and 4-player co-op dramatically expanded its replay value, while Xbox Live multiplayer helped define online gaming for an entire generation. With unforgettable set pieces, iconic music, and a thriving community that lasted for years, Halo 3 remains one of the Xbox 360's most influential exclusives, and one of the greatest first-person shooters ever made. Batman Arkham City takes everything that made Arkham Asylum exceptional and expands it into a bigger, richer, and even more ambitious adventure. The open-world prison is packed with side missions, hidden secrets, and iconic villains, while the refined, free-flow combat, stealth, and gadget-based gameplay offer incredible variety from beginning to end. Gliding across Gotham, solving mysteries, and taking down criminals makes exploration just as rewarding as the main story itself. Combined with outstanding voice acting, exceptional world building, memorable boss encounters, and a darker, more emotional narrative, Arkham City stands as one of the greatest superhero games ever created, and one of the defining titles of the Xbox 360 generation. BioShock delivers one of the most unforgettable journeys in gaming, taking players deep beneath the ocean into the haunting city of Rapture. Its unique blend of first-person shooting, RPG mechanics, and powerful plasmid abilities encourages creative combat, allowing every encounter to be approached in different ways. But what truly sets BioShock apart is its incredible atmosphere, exceptional world building, and one of the most iconic plot twists in video game history. Every corner of Rapture tells a story, making exploration just as rewarding as combat. Bold, immersive, and brilliantly written, BioShock remains one of the Xbox 360's defining masterpieces, and one of the greatest games ever created. Grand Theft Auto 4 took the series in a much darker and more grounded direction, telling the unforgettable story of Nico Bellic as he searches for a new life in Liberty City. Its realistic physics, detailed open world, and mature narrative created an experience unlike anything players had seen before, earning widespread praise from critics. Interestingly, while its review scores were almost universally outstanding, player ratings have always been a bit more divided, with some fans preferring the more over-the-top style of other GTA titles. Even so, its immersive world, memorable characters, and ambitious storytelling have helped GTA 4 remain one of the most acclaimed and influential open-world games ever made. Portal 2 takes the brilliant foundation of its predecessor and turns it into a much bigger, smarter, and more memorable adventure. The portal gun remains the star, but new mechanics like gels, light bridges, and propulsion systems constantly challenge you to rethink how each puzzle works. And then there's the writing, sharp, hilarious, and packed with unforgettable characters, from GLaDOS to Wheatley. The campaign is brilliantly paced, while the separate co-op mode introduces an entirely new set of puzzles designed around teamwork. With near-perfect level design, outstanding humor, and an incredible amount of creativity packed into every chamber, Portal 2 isn't simply a great puzzle game. It's one of the Xbox 360's absolute masterpieces. Portal 2 takes one of the most innovative puzzle games ever made and expands it into an even more brilliant experience. The portal gun mechanics are pushed to their limits through incredibly clever level design, constantly introducing new ideas and environmental interactions that keep every puzzle fresh and satisfying to solve. At the same time, the game's witty writing, unforgettable characters, and outstanding voice performances make the journey just as entertaining as the gameplay itself. Add a fantastic co-op campaign that feels like a completely new adventure, and it's easy to see why Portal 2 is widely regarded as one of the greatest puzzle games ever created. Mass Effect 2 is widely regarded as one of the greatest RPGs ever made, refining every aspect of the original into a richer, more cinematic experience. Building your team of unforgettable companions and earning their loyalty adds real emotional weight to every mission, making each decision feel meaningful. The combat is faster, the pacing is tighter, and the story constantly raises the stakes as Commander Shepard faces a threat unlike anything the galaxy has seen. Combined with exceptional world building, outstanding character writing, and meaningful player choice, Mass Effect 2 stands as the defining chapter of the trilogy and one of the Xbox 360's true masterpieces. Taking the number one spot is Red Dead Redemption, a game that redefined the open world genre with one of the most unforgettable adventures ever created. Set during the final days of the American frontier, it follows John Marston on a deeply personal journey filled with memorable characters, meaningful choices, and a world that feels truly alive. Every town, stranger mission, and random encounter adds to the incredible sense of immersion, making exploration just as rewarding as the main story. Combined with outstanding writing, breathtaking atmosphere, exceptional voice acting, and one of gaming's most emotional endings, Red Dead Redemption isn't just the greatest Xbox 360 game by this ranking. It's widely regarded as one of the greatest video games of all time. And that's the top 20 Xbox 360 games of all time, ranked using my Metascoring system, combining critic scores, user ratings, and review volume to create the most balanced ranking possible. Now I want to hear from you. Which Xbox 360 game deserved the number one spot? Did Red Dead Redemption earn it, or would you have picked something else? Drop your own top 3 in the comments. I read everyone. If you enjoyed this ranking, leave a like and subscribe to Gamanalysis HQ. More consoles, more data-driven rankings, and plenty more gaming debates are on the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.